What's cracking, everybody? Felrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today's video, I don't know whether or not you noticed, but it's the Weather Cup. I had to let it sink in for a minute. Just make sure everybody understood what I was saying. Anyway, we've got a shoutcast today from a friend of mine, patron members, Specimen Unknown. Thank you so much for submitting these battles, man. It's going to be an exciting video. We've got Weather Cup battles with Tentacruel, Credilli, and Samurai. Tentacruel and Credilli probably being the king combo in this cup, I think. Tentacruel is just so thick and bulky and can deal a lot of damage with the poison jabs and acid sprays. And it got that new move, Scald, which gives it a reliable source of water damage. And Credilli is #1 on the rating, so anything with Credilli is probably good. But we'll jump right into these battles. The team is super strong just from the looks of it, and Samurai's just a general threat. So let's check out these battles and see what we've got. We've got Tentacruel on the lead versus Aggron. This is a Aggron, what are you doing here, man? This isn't a cup for Aggron. The poison jab damage is literally nothing. It's literally doing like 1 damage per, but I think you kind of have to stay in here and at least try. So Scald's going to come through, and Specimen Unknown is going to get this Scald to come through. Scald does about 40 or 60, it does about 55-60%, so that's pretty respectable. It does have to be, we are respecting the Thunder from the Aggron or the Stone Edge, so that's going to come through, and it's going to get Shield here from Specimen Unknown, and he's going to bring in a Swampert. Now going for an Acid Spray. I'm probably not going to hit the Kaboom button in this video because it's Ultra League, and there's no Kabooms to be had, but there's little mini kabooms going off in my head every time one of these bullet seeds lands, because look at how much damage those do to a debuffed Shadow Swampert. So Swampert's just going to get farmed down. There's probably not a whole lot for the Swampert to do here, except for try and throw Hydro Cannons, which, I mean, it's Shadow Swampert, so it can almost 2-shot. So the other shield comes up, and now Specimen Unknown is down 2 shields. Gonna throw the Grass Knot here. I think you kind of have to, because you don't want that Swampert to get to another Hydro Cannon, so that's a good call here. And they're going to come in with a Blaziken. This person is ready. They are ready for Credilli. So Blaziken is going to have to shield this up, I think, if it wants to stay healthy, which it doesn't. Stone Edge hits and does a lot of damage, and the Credilli is going to get farmed down. This is a Blaziken, and we've got 2 water types left. So, I mean, honestly, Specimen Unknown's looking like a pretty solid position here, considering the only opponent's backline Mon is now Aggron. It wasn't the backline in the beginning, but Brave Bird is going to take out, you know what, I guess I could have Kaboom that one, but Kaboom! I forgot to put the button up and I don't feel like going to get it, so thanks for understanding, everybody. Sorry for your inconvenience. Hydro Cannons are going to come through, and honestly, these are probably going to one-shot. Yeah, no problem there. And then the opponent thinks that they're going to take Blaziken with 2 shields, and I don't know if that's... Well, okay, never mind. All right. Prove me wrong. Here comes another Brave Bird, probably. Yep, there's the Brave Bird. Kaboom! It's late, and I'm not going to get the button, okay? All right. So we got a Bomb of Snow, which is a really good lead for Tentacruel here. And Tentacruel staying in, which means they probably don't have a solid answer for Tentacruel, which is kind of interesting. Specimen Unknown is going to go for the Acid Spray here, which is a heads-up move. The Scald is definitely resisted. The Energy Ball is going to get blocked. Shield comes through. Opponent probably is going to swap out after this, but the Acid Spray, I mean, if they stay in, these Poison Jabs are going to do a ton of damage. So Acid Spray comes through, does not draw a shield. The opponent has a Jellicent. Think you're going to have to get out of here at some point. The thing is that Jellicent having energy is really dangerous, so I think that swapping out immediately was probably the better play regardless. Credilli definitely can handle a Jellicent if it's got an even energy or so, because it outpaces Grass Knots to Shadow Ball, but Shadow Ball actually barely does any damage. So that's going to allow this Credilli to load up on energy, and I think it just wants CMP against Jellicent, if I'm not mistaken. Grass Knot collapse the Jellicent, and Kaboom, out of existence there. And then we're probably going to see that Abomasnow come back in, because the Abomasnow does do super effective damage to the Credilli by way of the ice damage, because ice is not resisted by rock, despite rock damage doing super effective to ice. It's always a very confusing type arrangement there, but Abomasnow is absolutely just loading up on energy here, looking to throw a Weather Ball. Credilli is going to go down. No shield here. The Specimen Unknown is going to be bringing in the Tentacruel, most likely to start farming up against this thing. And Tentacruel is super bulky in the Ultra League. It is an XL, so I mean, this team isn't exactly, you know, easily obtainable by any means. Samurot's pretty expensive as a non-XL. Credilli has to be level 50 as a hundo, and then Tentacruel is XL-ish. So I haven't built mine, but I wish I had. I actually had to step away from the leather cup myself because I don't have Tentacruel or Lantern, and I feel like those are kind of required, if I'm being honest. Outrage absolutely decimates the Samurott, and now a Megahorn's going to come through, and now it's going to be all up to Tentacruel. Okay, so we don't shield that up, so now Tentacruel with the Acid Spray is going to be able to deal enough damage here to probably get rid of this this Kingdra. And whether or not they're going to have the ability to get rid of... Oh, dude, do we get there? He gets there. Does he get to a Scald now? Okay, no, the Acid Spray is fine. He had to get to the Acid Spray. The Scald is one more, so that's fine. Acid Spray is going to come through and just... Tink! Does just enough damage to take out the Abomasnow. That's a good game. I totally missed the first transition, don't at me. Alright, Tentacruel gets completely... Or Tentacruel completely walls Poliwrath, so that's pretty awesome here. Now we're going to see the Kingdra come in, and I think, yeah, you just Acid Spray, which, I mean, it's... The Kingdra's so far ahead on energy at this point. I know the Acid Sprays are tempting, but it's almost like, you know, is it really worth it? But comes in with the Samurott, forcing the opponent to throw an Outrage. And there's the Outrage, so that does plenty of damage. Going to go for probably a Vagahorn here just to force a shield. Doesn't really... Okay, I don't know why you would go for Hydro Cannon. I mean, you're probably trying to go for 2 here. But the Megahorn is definitely the move to go for because you're only getting to 1. So, just in case they decided not to shield that, that would have been a really, really bad no shield for the opponent to be able to call that bait. So, definitely want to go for the harder hitting move that, you know, if you only get to 1 move anyway, probably going to be better to just go for that. Now, Credilli is loading up on energy, taking advantage of the fact that the Kingdra takes quite a bit to get to a charge move. I didn't see if the opponent got the debuff or not on the Credilli, but here comes Charizard. And you see, here's the thing with Charizard is that it takes double super effective damage from these Stone Edges. You know what? I'm gonna go find the damn button. And yeah, that's going to be kind of painful. Opponent tries to swap to catch the Stone Edge, but instead catches these hands from the Tentacruel. In comes Tentacruel to completely wall this opponent's Poliwrath, and 1 Dynamic Punch just to shield, just in case. We got 2 shields, why not use them? Poison Jab is going to be able to take this thing and lower the defense. The opponent decides to just, well, I guess they don't have a choice because they don't have a shield, but in any case, we're going to let this go, realizing that Tentacruel is thick and resists the entire moveset of Poliwrath. Dynamic Punch, tink, little tiny damage. Probably should have gone for the Scald here, if I'm honest, because you've already debuffed the opponent. I guess, you know, if you want to, you could get a farm down here. I mean, either way, I mean, you kind of have this game in the bag, but probably would have gone for that Scald to guarantee the KO, and then you get to the charge move anyway, I think. But anyway, it's fine. I'd rather see the Charizard get 1 shot. So I got the button. It's coming up ready. I'm not screwing around anymore. Here comes the Stone Edge on this opponent. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. Screw you, opponent. There it is. Just for that Stone Edge that you didn't take, because you deserve to take it. Because you know what? I want to see something get 1 shot. All right. Here's another great lead. These grass leads, just against the Tentacruel, are just getting destroyed, and the opponent's not swapping out, so I would almost hedge my bets that they probably have an Abomasnow in the back or something that doesn't want to see Tentacruel. Now here comes a Jellicent, so once again we're staying in really long here to get energy. Now, I mean, if you're going to go up that far, go for the Acid Spray anyway. I know that Credilli can win this, but it's just, you let the opponent get too far ahead on energy and things and get out of hand real fast, and they went for Bubble Beam. Interesting. Okay, so the opponent is looking to Bubble Beam the pants off of this Credilli, which is just, that's called BMing, and I don't appreciate it unless you're running Double Charm. That's the only time I'll BM somebody. Man, they're just Bubble Beams, dude. So at this point, you see the opponent's running Bubble Beams. It's probably best to just throw the Grass Knots as soon as you get them. It's nice to have a lot of energy, but now the Grass Knots are going to do really almost nothing, even though they're super effective. So when your opponent's running a debuffing move, usually going to be better to just go for it pretty quick. Opponent does swap in their Ludicolo. they're just going to get metagamed by the Tentacruel. Opponent's trying to bait out the Tentacruel from here just to try and lock it in against the Jellicent, which makes a lot of sense, honestly. Because if they've got two things that are weak on their team to Tentacruel, they want to get rid of the Tentacruel ASAP. So by drawing it back out with the Ludicolo, they are going to be able to do just that. However, the Jellicent is so low that it might not even be able to handle sitting in against this Tentacruel. And honestly, you could probably just like no shield the Tentacruel if you wanted to. It's probably another Bubble Beam. No, they actually throw the Shadow Ball. The opponent grows a pair and throws the Shadow Ball. That's amazing. So from here, we're just gonna no shield. That makes sense. Bubble Beam not doing too much. We're gonna see if we can farm down. Nope, goes for the Acid Spray instead. I think at that point you just commit to the farm down. If all they're gonna do is Bubble Beam you, you could just Acid Spray their last Pokemon. Don't give them a chance to swap out. It's a Ninetales. Oh man, that's it. Game over. We're done. That's it. So you swap here, bring in the Samurai or the Credilli. I think it doesn't matter either way. Is deciding to stay in even though we've got the defense or the debuffed attack. Doesn't matter. Ninetales ain't got nothing on the rest of the team right now. So we're going to go for the Grass Knots here, I imagine. Oh, I'm going to try to catch a Weather Ball. Man, what a Chad. What a Chad. Gonna catch the Weather Ball on the Samurott with the shield. You know what? Kudos, man. That was a great catch. So we're gonna see the Hydro Cannons come off really quick now from the Samurott. Probably gonna go up to, you know, throwing with actually some pretty good timing there. And those one-turn moves are pretty tricky to time, so very nicely done. I've seen a lot of good timing in this video, actually. Just some bad ones, but mostly good timing. And able to get to the Hydro Cannon before the opponent can charm down. And then Credilli's got a move loaded. This game is locked and sealed up and all but done, honestly. Just a matter of whether or not the opponent wants to recognize what's going on here. Going for that Stone Edge. And you know what? Just because I think I owe you guys some kabooms, I don't care how little the HP is on this thing, it's going to happen. So here we go. Here comes the Stone Edge from Credilli to seal this game up and finish it up. Credilli is going to hit him with, there it is. Stone Edge takes out the A9, and that is a good game. Alright, I'm back on top of the transitions now, you see? Alright, Samurott, walled by Tentacruel. Very good matchup for Tentacruel. And once again, I just don't think people are ready for Tentacruel. I really wish I had burned my dust and built it now for Weather Cup. Instead, I decided to finish the XL Credilli because I was working on it for factions anyway, but yeah. I don't have enough dust for all of this stuff, man. I had literally 900 dust when I finished building stuff for Ultra League the other day. Spoiler alert though, the Swords of Justice are broken and there's a video coming up on those, so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers and I'd really appreciate as many subscribers as are willing to watch my content. Gonna be an awesome milestone to hit. Appreciate all of you for watching and subscribing if you have, and if you want to see more stuff like this, just hit that button, right? So anyway, we got Credilli here, gonna hit it with the Grass Knot. Almost takes out the with the Shadow. Gyarados didn't have a chance, dude. Oh, and here comes the Blaziken. That's probably what would have been the better response here, but I was too busy telling you to subscribe that I wasn't paying attention to the battles in earnest, so that's my bad. But anyway, Blaziken is going to take out this Credilli, but honestly, the rest of this team is more than happy to take care of this Blaziken. Tentacruel is going to come in and get the Acid Sprays in, and Specimen Unknown is doing a terrific job here of managing himself. He's going to catch a move. Is it a Blaze Kick? You got to wonder if this is a Blaze Kick. And it is not. It's a Brave Bird. Bam! That hurts. So, and then the opponent's going to come back in with their Samurai, and now you got to be really careful. He's saving the shield for the Tentacruel. I think that's a really good idea here. Knowing that you can tank at least 1 or 2 moves on this Tentacruel and just go straight Acid Spray, honestly. Get the shields, possibly. It's looking really dicey. I don't know if you win this. Megahorn doesn't do that, dude. XL Tentacruel is ridiculous, okay? I wish I had one now. This is ridiculous. But Specimen Unknown shared this team with the Patreon group, and honestly, everybody who tried Tentacruel and whatever else they had of this team did fairly well. So I have a really awesome, thriving community in my Patreon Discord. If you'd like to be a part of it and also get all of my early tips, teams, etc., link is in the description for that. We'd love to have you. It's a growing community, and honestly, it's just full of awesome people. And he somehow won that game. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. That was insane. Awesomely done, man. That was very good management of your shields there. Got another Poliwrath lead here. This is a good one because it walled by the Tentacruel. And then just continuing my shameless plug, because I got to do it in almost every video, right? I also offer coaching on Metafy, so if you are willing or would like to, I should say, to sit down with me and get better at GBL or Sylph or whatever it is that you're looking to improve on for PvP. Metafy link in the description. You can check me out. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. It's coaching, man. I do it because I love it. Huh?
You have someone you know who wants to get better.
Or as she intelligently has added, if you also know someone who would like to get better or would like some coaching, always happy to sit down with them as well. Again, link in the description for that. So anyway, back to the actual shoutcast, because I'm getting way too distracted by things that I probably don't need to talk about in the middle of a video. Stonehead is going to come in with his Kingdra, and the Kingdra shields it up, it looks like they're trying to win switch here. Going for a Grass Knot. Grass Knot I think is okay. Stonehead is going to do more damage, but this also gives you the potential to farm down if it goes unshielded. But the opponent shields, so the bait happens, and now I think you go for the Stone Edge. No, I don't know if Grass Knot KOs from here, but I think that if they, I mean, if you shield a move, if they throw one, you still get, nope, it takes it out. No, I should just be quiet and watch the battle. The opponent concedes, they have nothing. All right, I'll get back to shoutcasting battles now, I promise. We got a few more. All right. So Tentacruel's on the leading Ninetales, the Dream Lead, Charm Ninetales, or even Powder Snow Ninetales hasn't got a chance in hell about beating a Tentacruel. The opponent comes in with a Swampert, met by the Credilli. You couldn't get hard countered any harder if you tried. So Specimen Unknown has got the team comp for this opponent, and they got nothing going on, man. So he's going to throw with some bad timing there, unfortunately, throwing on the alignment of fast moves, allowing the opponent to get an extra mud shot, which is not ideal. But still gets there before the opponent is going to be able to get that Hydro Cannon through. So the opponent also throwing with bad timing, so it's mutual, I suppose. Specimen Unknown is going to shield a Hydro Cannon here to make sure he doesn't accidentally take an Earthquake and try to win Switch, because honestly, being able to win Switch here is going to be kind of huge. I think that I almost called it a Mudkip. The Swampert does outpace, but it needs an extra move, and I don't think that the Swampert's going to be able to get through a shield and another Hydro Cannon before Credilli gets to that Grass Knot to take it out. So this is going to be a pretty dominating situation here, and both shields will be burned on the Credilli. You have to shield this to keep alignment, and thankfully the Credilli has like no HP, so it's going to offer very little farm up to this A9, and the A9 is going to get locked in once again against the Tentacruel. So unless the opponent has some dominating thing to Samurott in the back, they're kind of SOL. It's a Credilli, so that's not quite what I would call dominating, but I think you have to bring in the Samurott here, as bad as it feels, and try to get to the Mega Horn, and hopefully you do. This is kind of awkward. So Grass Knot's going to come through and do a ton of damage, and I think the opponent probably swaps. Yeah, there they go. They try to swap in, and now they just get met with the Tentacruel, and then the Tentacruel gets a Scald off or something against the Credilli when it comes back in, and that's a game, because Samurott has the Hydro Cannon loaded, so all it needs to do, all the Tentacruel has to do is just get some damage off. But A9 is going to go for that Psy Shock. It is super effective, but it's not, I mean, we've already seen how bulky this Tentacruel is. It's not going to matter. Look at that, little like 30%. It didn't matter. And now the opponent is going to have to eat a Scald. I think you probably go for Scald there personally, but Acid Spray's fine too, as long as you can get to a Scald afterwards, which you probably do. And then we're going to go, let's see, Specimen Unknown decides to go for the Scald at last. I think that's the first Scald he's thrown in this video. I don't think he's thrown a Scald before this. Scald is going to take out... Oh, it doesn't even take it out, man. Oh, but it's a CMP tie. That's ideal, because now Samurott can just come in and either Fury Cutter down or more, you know, properly throw the Hydro Cannon and take it out. So that is going to be a good game. Well played to both players. That was a lot closer than it needed to be. Honestly, Credilli is just that annoying in this cup. That's what it came down to. You know, where do you get off having an XL Credilli? Not me with my XL Credilli. It's not even a hundo. It's just lucky. That's all I got. Another Grass Lead. So this is just Tentacruel the video right here. There's nothing going on here except for Tentacruel just dominating the whole Weather Cup, which I'm totally for it. I think that Tentacruel is probably one of the best core breakers for the Weather Cup, and I really like the pick. I just wish, once again, I had the dust to build it. I spent all my dust on other things, but this time Specimen Unknown decides to swap in the Credilli in order to absorb a Leaf Storm. Eee, that's dicey. And what do you do now? So Typhlosion comes in, and Typhlosion is going to have to eat a Stone Edge or shield up, and I don't think that they can farm down before another Stone Edge is reached, so they're going to have to throw energy. So that means that they are now down to shield, and this Typhlosion is not going to be able to farm down, is going to have to force both shields. They're over 100 energy after, like, I think that was what, like 6 incinerates? It's 5 or 6. But they're shielding up, and yeah, Typhlosion is going to be able to farm down. Unfortunately, not quite going to be able to get there, and this thing has so much energy. It could Solar Beam, it could just do whatever it wants. But Samurott comes in here, hopes not to get beamed. Do we get the beam? Oh, tell me there's no beams here. Oh, they go for the Blast Burn. I would have just gone for the beam. I would have gone for the beam, man. The opponent over farms and is now forced to eat an unshielded Hydro Cannon. That is a not ideal situation. They might have been going for that Solar Beam, but you know what? There goes Typhlosion. In comes Tentacruel to finish off this Ludicolo, and the opponent has no only one Pokemon left, and it's a Swampert. So now that we don't have the Credilli anymore, the Swampert has a chance here. However, Acid Spray hurts. Now, I think you got to go for the Scald here. I think after one Acid Spray, you just go for Scald. It does neutral damage. You're not doing any damage with the Acid Spray, so I think Scald is the play here, because now the Swampert can farm you down before you get to a Scald, and that's really not a good situation to be in. And I think, once again, so for those who aren't aware, a defense or attack stat can only go 4 stages one direction or the other. So after 2 Acid Sprays, you're essentially done. You can't debuff any further. You can't buff any further after 4 buffs to the stat. So, just so you know, you know, if you go for, if you get two sharp defense drops, you can't drop their defense anymore. You might as well at that point just go for the damage. But Samurott is going to be able to get to the Hydro Cannon thanks to that quick energy generation on the Fury Cutter and close out this game and take out the Swampert. That is a good game. So once again, I think that the only thing I would change about the way that this trainer might be playing this game is just going for Scalds a little bit more often. I definitely think that going in for Scald is going to be a lot more helpful in these neutral situations. This person has an Articuno that is spicy. But are they going to expect a Stone Edge? Are they going to call a bait? I'm going to get my button ready just in case, because I have no idea what's about to happen. Not, oh, they shielded. And I think that Credilli handily wins this. I don't think that Credilli gets one shot by anything here, because they're running Icy Wind, probably either Ancient Power or Hurricane, and I'm pretty sure that you get to those Stone Edges a bit faster. Now, Articuno does have a higher attack stat, and this is kind of scary, because you either have to call the Icy Wind or get hit with a Hurricane, and they go for the Icy Wind. Now, I don't know if those... I don't know if the Stone Edge actually one-shots at this point, so we're going to find out right now. Opponent shields up. They're still afraid of it, and they're gonna have to shield, or they're not gonna be able to shield anymore. I was gonna say that we're gonna have to shield this, so they might get taken out. But let's see if the double debuffed Credilli Stone Edge one shots. No, it doesn't even one shot. It's so close. But he swaps in the Tentacruel, trying not to lose his only answer to the Swampert. And gets the Icy Wind, and then back in comes the Swampert. And I think at this point you'd go for Scald. Mad, you gotta go for Scald. You gotta go for the damage. But he is, just like the opponent in the beginning of the video did, he is luring out the Swampert with the Tentacruel, knowing full well that that Tentacruel is going to go down. So I guess the debuff maybe wasn't such a bad idea, but an Earthquake does take out the Tentacruel. And then he comes in with the Samurott, knowing that he probably outpaces, honestly, because of just how quick the energy generation off of those Fury Cutters are. Samurott almost takes it out, and the Fury Cutter afterwards takes out the Mud... Or I almost called it Mudkip again. Dang. Takes out the Swampert, and now we swap in the Credilli to look like it to attempt to catch a move there. But it looks like it didn't go off too well, and the opponent is going to continue to farm, but they've got a Blaziken in the back, and they just concede because Swampert, or not Swampert, not Swampert, Samurott would just about one shot. So, I mean, I think they should have played that out, because they could have farmed down and then gotten to a Brave Bird and taken out the Samurott, I think. But anyway, here we go. We've got a Bubble Ludicolo on the lead this time instead of the Razor Leaf variant, which is extremely good for the Tentacruel. And, I mean, what are they going to do? Leaf Storm you? No, they're going to go for Energy Ball, and that barely does anything. Look at that. So we're going to do good timing on that move there. We're going to go for the Acid Spray here, it looks like. And Acid Spray is going to lower the defenses a lot, and that is going to allow the Tentacruel to really start ripping apart this little Ludicolo. We respect though Tactical on this channel. He's an awesome dude, but Ludicolo is not going to do too well against Tentacruel. So That's fine. And then in comes Swampert, immediately safe swaps into the Samurott, which I think is the better play here, because Samurott is going to be able to get to these Hydro Cannons just as fast, if not just a little bit quicker than the Hydro Cannons that Swampert gets to because of Fury Cutter. Opponent looks like they're going for the Earthquake. You can tank an Earthquake, so you let it go, and... No, they went for the Hydro Cannon bait instead, trying to get that shield, but unfortunately, opponent is going to have to swap out here. The Mega Horn is going to get off against the Wall Ring that just popped in here, and that is going to do a lot of damage if the opponent decides not to shield. And once again, they are forced to go for Earthquake in order to do any real damage to this Samurott, and the Samurott just might go off. Now, I think what I would do there is go for a Mega Horn, regardless of whether they throw or not. Opponent knows that that's probably just a Hydro Cannon. I wouldn't want to go for a Mega Horn. I would only want to go for the Mega Horn because I would expect them not to shield the Hydro Cannon. Opponent's going to go for the bait, and they're going to go for the Icicle Spear. Now, you could have gotten to Mega Horn in the time it took for them to get to this move, so definitely feel like that was a chance to either grab the last shield or to force them to throw all of their energy. In which case, I think that it's, yeah, definitely better to go for the Mega Horn there. But Acid Spray is going to come through. Opponent doesn't shield it because they know they don't have to. I'd still go for Scald here. Did you just grab an Earthquake? I think we just grabbed an Earthquake. That's amazing. Oh, beautiful. Catches the Earthquake, and then what, they can bring in the Swampert to get farmed down. That's so cute. I think you just let it go, dude. Oh, no, they're going for Hydro Cannon. I think I just let it go. They weren't enough energy for an Earthquake, though, so that shield made sense. They kind of have to, just to respect the fact that they might have the Earthquake, but now I think you just farm down because they just can't get to a move in time. No, he gets them just in time! No! Dude, no! Oh, let's see how Specimen Unknown takes care of this opponent now that his Cordelia's gone. Gonna farm down with the Tentacruel, and what do we have? We got the Acid Spray. You just gotta go for Acid Spray, I think that's it. Alright. Acid Spray against the Wall Rain. Doesn't even shield. Do you even bother going for another one? I don't think so. You know that they have only got Icicle Spear now because they just threw the Earthquake. It's not going to take out. Tentacruel is just too good at this cup. Oh, beautiful. The Tentacruel wins so many games it doesn't deserve to win. That's insane. So, anyway, that's going to be the end of the last battle. Once again, Specimen Unknown, thank you so much for submitting these battles. And if you, my dear viewers, would like to submit some battles for shoutcasting on this channel, I have a Google link in the description that you can check out and fill out, and I will get that. And hopefully, I'll have room to put it on the channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next video because I already did my plugs and I don't have anything else to do in this video but say thank you and goodbye. So, bye.